Mfundishi13CrystalSun. This video will be about platforms. I was supposed to been do this video prior to these lockups. I was supposed to been do this video. These platforms are setups when you ask me, cause by the questions. Quest means to investigate, which you're being questioned by someone that's not from your race and has the history and present day of doing you wrong. Opposite of righteous. You are being paid to sit down and be interviewed about questions that could lead you in federal penitentiary and the state penitentiary. What drives these rappers to sit in front of a cameraman and get questioned about crimes? Having drugs smuggled into the prison. Okay, you're being paid. Okay, you want your likes to go up, your views. I understand that, you want to get recognized, you want to be known. At some point, we have to realize when we are being used to finance different people, and then in return, you get a prison sentence, which is time, which is valuable. As you can see, these rappers don't value their time. They're more focused on the likes and the views, the posters from Instagram, Facebook. You have to think, why is someone questioning me about when I was in prison, did I get drugs smuggled in the prison? And then they confess, they tell the truth. Oh, I had pounds, I had pints, and it's stupidity, because being stupid is knowingly, and you do it anyway. Just like drinking and then you go drive and then you get pulled over for a DUI and then you mad at the cop. When you purchased that liquor bottle, drunk it, and then drove the vehicle and got pulled over, now you have a felony. That's what you would call stupid. You knew the outcome and you did it anyway. So these rappers, entertainers have became stupid with the money. It makes no sense to be getting indicted with millions of dollars from a podcast or from an interview. From anyone that's interviewing you. Most of these people are agents, FBI, former cops, and to know your status as a rapper, NFL player, you shouldn't be so uppity to go on a podcast or a TV show, anything, asking these type of questions. Asking and answering these type of questions. And it's redundant, and it's rapper after rapper, football player after football player, basketball player after basketball player. Be aware that you're being used like a pawn in their game, like they've been doing. They see no value in you. That's why they go to the next rapper, the next football player, the next basketball player. They see no value in you. How much did you pay for your watch? $70,000. Why does that matter? Just to prove to the world how you would invest $70,000 into a watch that's not made by your race, and to finance the next race that has a history of doing you wrong up till present day. Incriminating questions like, how much was your mansion? Does it matter? And they will sit there and answer every question. And it's the third and fourth time on the show. You would think by now you would be like, okay, hold on, this seems kind of, they asking about your kids, like your personal life. damn, y'all might as well just bring your social card up there. You know what I'm saying? 9 digits. You might as well just tell them the 9 digits. So a $20,000 paid interview gets you likes, views, and a criminal record. And a person that's interviewing you doesn't look like you and doesn't go to jail or nothing. He just racks up on another person that comes from your race. The stupidity of our people. It's like, polar opposites think once you see a fool, use them. That's how they think. Because they know that they running game. They know that they profiting. They making a profit all around the board. You not gonna get bond money from them. They not coming to no bond hearing, no trial, pre-trial, none of that. You just being interviewed. At times you have to build your own platform where you wouldn't have to answer these interrogating questions, contradicting questions, because they saying that they real and they from the streets. I look at these rappers now and I don't think they go to these cops and be quiet as they rap. I'm not a snitch. I'm snitching. Such and such. I'm not a snitch. I'm sticking to the code. How? When you sit on a platform and tell everything you did, priors, up into how much drugs you had coming to the jail or prison, like, now I look at rappers as they are hustlers on a camera, bro. Like, they hustling the people that's watching. Cause listen to they rap lyrics and watch an interview. Y'all judging these rappers off of what you heard through the song, but when they sit in front of that camera, oh man, that makes me look like, man, hold on, man. So, I just been realizing that. And it was prior to these lockups. I mean, I was supposed to do this video because it been on my mind, and I'm just looking how, like, every time someone do a show, they going to jail, or after them leaving, they getting pulled over. And there's a saying, silence is golden. Most of these entertainers, they get on these shows, and you would notice how they will increasingly start talking. So when you look at these platforms, you see the liquor, and we know liquor make you sociable. So that's the bait to make them talk. So they just start talking. Da-da-da, da-da-da, da-da-da. So you think because your case closed, you offer papers, that you're safe. You have to understand these people, these forces that don't like you. They will pin anything towards you, just like a prosecutor. They bring up the new, the old, afterlife, everything they could throw at you to make you look like a person with a certain image. That's why we have to refrain from these platforms as much as possible, because silence is golden. You don't go on the show, then the show doesn't function. They don't ask black folks, when will y'all when will y'all create a school? How come you don't take them $70,000 and invest in housing where black folks don't have to live in the projects, which is a projection? They could tell you that recipe. They'd rather keep it quiet and then blame you and say, you know what, black folks should think for themselves. Then they interview you and take away your thinking ability, because they're the ones that's asking the questions. They're monitoring the narrative. Like, they're really forcing you into a corner verbally. That's why they ask a certain amount of questions in a certain grace period. I mean, they're no better than the cops. There's a reason why they ask you a certain amount of questions in a certain time period. When you look at the videos, the timing is always similar. And even though they're laughing, they're smirking, count how many questions is being asked towards the rapper. And you will see the identical sequence. That's how you know it's a setup. This is how you know. There's nothing funny sitting down talking about your race and just destroying them because you want some likes and views. Likes and views. Because you want to be on Facebook, you want to be on Instagram. Platforms that can be used used in a positive route. We choose to let other outsiders come in, interview us, and just deplete our future. For what? How much that you don't care to let someone else benefit off of your stupidness. And it's obvious. It's obvious. In modern day, it's obvious. There's no reason to be sitting down with people that don't look like you. When you interview polar opposites, they're very private. They're secretive. They will jump around every question. They would avoid every natural answer because they know the person that's doing the question can alter the narrative at any second. They would say, next question. They be pleading the fifth. But black folks seem like they love this exposure. Media is media, whether it's social media or it's on the television, it's media. Manipulation. We're funding people that don't look like us. For what? They pay you $20,000. They have a prison full. They get you a criminal record. And those $20,000 has turned into $1.7 million. Because the greatest wealth is the wealth that you don't physically see. A lot of people don't teach you that. Example, you could have someone that will drive 15 miles just to get a $5 profit. You'll say, why would you burn all of that gas just to get $5 or $10 or $15 profit? Because on the way to the profit, you met people, you saw people, you could have saw nature. You could have stopped at a light, passed out your business card. See, that's a form of wealth too. And notice no one never sees that. They just worry about the $5, $10, $15 profit. And that's what we have to see. We have to have our eyes open. Everything is on a track record. It has numbers. These people have a prison full of your people because you running your mouth on a platform. Ask yourself, do you think you can question polar opposites about how they run their business? You think you could question world bankers how they function their banks? No, because it's a big club and you not in it. But black people act like their self-esteem is low to the point they have to expose everything they do and say. Then it's to the point they bring their kids on the platforms now. So now the kids are getting sucked dry and getting drained. No informative questions. It's just opposite. Just it's just depleting questions. And you wonder why we not getting the respect that we supposed to get as a race. Simple. So this is my message from the messenger. Stay off the platforms, whether they have positive questions or negative questions. We should refrain from doing interviews from people that don't look like us. Till we get fair questions. Nothing personal. Don't ask me nothing about my personal life. Who shot who? I wasn't there. All that about death, rappers. We should just stop going on these platforms. Unless we talking about enhancing our race as a people. Building wealth, credit cards, business owning. That's all we gotta say. And stop being a sucker for the money. Because you don't need their money when you know how to make your own money. Since y'all got so much millions and y'all can make it rain on strippers and do all this extra stuff, how come you keep going to the bait? Simple. Refrain from the platforms. Mfundishi13 Crystal Sun.